the Old Testament. Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. For I am the Lord, I do not change. He means he still operates as the Old Testament. Listen, just because this is the Old Testament does not mean he cannot operate in the same in your life as the Old Testament. Why is he still the same God as the Old Testament? Tell me. Why does he still do the same thing as believers? He didn't say to the people in the New Testament he would limit his power. Hello? You want to believe in God and you want to believe in his power, but you don't believe he can still operate in the Old Testament in the way you haven't experienced. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 8. What does it say? Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He does not change just because he came in human form. That was prophesied to Daniel when he was gone to the lion's den. And that's been prophesied. So, does not mean we shouldn't look in the Old Testament and saying, oh, that's just old because of the New Testament. Come on now. As believers, don't blind yourself spiritually. Don't act like you just say you don't know, because you don't even try if you're doing that. You're limiting your knowledge from God, because you're supposed to give your knowledge to God because he fills your understanding with his. Don't do that to yourself, and don't say he doesn't operate the same as the Old Testament because you're denying his ability still. As a follower, true follower, you're not supposed to do that. You're wrongly doing it. And one day when you're with him, you will understand and realize that you didn't understand. The New Testament, Acts chapter 2, verse 17. And it shall come to pass in the last days, says God, that I will pour out my Spirit, Holy Spirit, on all flesh, all creation, and this entire planet, all people, whether they believe it or not, and realize it, just because they can't see it. Your sons and daughters shall prophesy, like the Old Testament. Your young men shall see visions. Your old men shall dream dreams. And on my manservants and on my maidservants. People don't believe God doesn't speak through visions, even though people have said and Christians have said, because they're in deep, extensive prayer. They say, oh, that's the Old Testament. You're forgetting Acts chapter 2, verse 17. You're basically dismissing what God said in the New Testament in the last days. Hello, don't dismiss and don't say he doesn't operate in that way, because he never did say he doesn't. No matter how much you don't want to believe it.